Welcome to Billy Review Stuff, where I review stuff. Today I'm looking at the Cosmic Legions Traders Union of the Five Circles of Cosmerium Sentry, or the Tusk Sentry. This is from the first wave of Cosmic Legions, Gravering, and Gravering or Havalkatar Book 1. It's a lot of names there, but one of the things I wanted to point out is the excellent, let's see, that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 back here. I love the art for this. I love the art all over the box by Nate Barch. It's fantastic. But I love that throwback style to, much like the Spawn figures I just looked at, having where you kind of have a checklist of what you can get and take a look at. But I really appreciate when action figures, adult collectibles, etc., have a list of everyone involved. From the Four Horsemen, you have Eric Treadway, Jim, Cornboy, Chris Garrich, George Gaspar, Jeremy Gerard, Director of Sales and Marketing, additional painting, molding, casting, fabrication, and fulfillment from Sherry Lynn Cook, Bill Mancuso, Cameron Smith, Joe Vesapolo, Diego Gesualdo, Gesualdo, he's hyphenated. Good for you, Diego. And Robert Cookie Cook, Chief Brand Ambassador, Walter Hagen, box art, Nate Barch, Cosmic Legion logo, Eric Treadway and Nate Barch, photography, Trevor Williams, and soft goods prototyping by C. Jessam. So thank y'all for helping these figures come to life. Now, let's get this off the stand and start opening it up. So, the package obviously looks amazing. With every order direct from Four Horsemen, we all get per order a golden skull. I think that was the last Cronin skull, I think. I don't know, but it's pretty awesome. It's 1.0 sized, and every order got a golden cosmic key, which is fantastic looking. It's so dope. The retailers do have where they get this, but it does have the date on there. Cosmic Legion launch 9/10/21, and then some more code at the bottom there. I'm not deciphering it because I'm tired of deciphering codes for little information. I think it's really neat though. I'm not deciphering anything else. It's too much work for not enough reward. But here is the Sentry, and I am so excited to be able to review and open him. Obviously, the box is fantastic. Tusk Sentry, Enormous Gates. What's here? The enormous gates of Havalkatar inspire a series of foreboding and dread in those who have the misfortune to gaze upon its rusted face. Perched atop its various walls and hiding within its armored shadows are the soldiers known as Tusk Sentries, armed with long-range rifles and possessing lethal close quarters combat skills necessary to stop any soul unlucky enough to make it through the gunfire. These sentries are not to be crossed. And it's got the little Tusk Sentry logo, and there's the Gravering logo, and there's the something logo, and there's the other logo. We're gonna learn these factions together, guys. We're gonna learn them together. But that's one thing I wanted to say real quick. I do think it's super neat that they've moved from the original clamshells of the Mythic Legions figures to boxes for the Cosmic Legions figures, if only because I think it has like a neater shelf presence. These are really good to actually hang on your wall, or you can like do like a rail system to put them in there, and that's really cool. But I'm down for these boxes. I'm liking the boxes. If I have where I do keep them, or if putting it on the shelf, I feel like it'll be easier and more stable that way. But that's a big difference there I wanted to show. Let's get him out of here. We got, okay, same kind of twist ties we're used to, and I can deal with those. Once we get this figure out, we'll see how it's got. Because it's not just a clamshell, because it's holding stuff on the side there. I forgot to mention where they put, like, they use the side window on it to display the alternate head and weapons a little bit easier. Oh, I'm coming back to you, bud. But yeah, it's got the window. Well, it's got his rifle here. It has the clear pegs right there. His space helmet. Talk you out. But on the side here, it has his extra hands. And it just has where this looks like, yeah, this is just taped on the side there. I thought it was like some kind of, wait, no, it has where, oh, that's weird. Okay, so it has where it lips in there. So that's something. Knife. Yeah. That's a thing they did. It tapes in there too. That's, oh, it has where it tabs. I mean, it's neat. I do love that you can see the stuff on the side. That is a neat use of that. Do I like extra perk? Not really. I'm not a big fan of the side. I'm not a fan of the side clam. Shut up. I meant what I said. Okay, I dropped the little pegs on the table there. I didn't lose any. They're in a little peg thing like that. That's fun. Oh, cool. We got the alternate alien head. Let me get a little bit more light on that. Got the alternate alien head there. I do like how that looks. It probably has the most detail on the figure because this technically is a Legion builder. But I dig this. I like that. The eyes are neat. Like it. We get some extra hands. I do have the hand pack ordered for the was it the Sentry and the Scientist? I think it's the Scientist. But these are the left and right hands, or the horizontal hands, which are very, very detailed. I love those. He's got those sort of close quarter combat gloves on. I like that. And he has little bitty extra bits that peg into, I think it's a 5mm hole. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Get it all out. I don't like that thing. But, yeah, it's got these little extra, little gun or booster bits, or whatever you want to call them, that can go in on any of the ports on his weapons, or on him himself. So that's another super cool thing. So he's got like 2 of these, a regular rifle, and a long range rifle. Not a ton of paint detail on there. It's basically just flat. It's just flat paint, which works because when I bought this was at the Legion builder price of $25 from the pre-order, which it's totally worth it. This is a fantastic looking figure already for $25. Now at retail, he's been bumped up to $45. I'm hoping I get to say at the end of this that he is still worth $45. At shows, he's going to be less than $45 because the retailer price is the retailer price. But if you catch him at shows for Horsemen direct, it's going to be cheaper, which might be the best bet for these, unless you just really want them. But I'd try to catch them at shows. There's no guarantee they'll be at shows, but I'd try to catch them at shows because that's going to be the best price. So, obviously, head articulation, just like Mythic Legions, stuff like that. You can get them into the T pose. Woo, fun. Arm can almost go all the way around if you pull it out a little bit there. With his backpack shoulder armor thing there. It's covering any kind of portholes it has where pauldrons would go if it was a Mythic Legions figure. Let's see how far we can get these arms going here. Let's get these bent. Ooh, that one's twisted around. There is so much detail in this armor. I am digging it. Okay, so about a 90 on the arms. Not bad. We have the vertical hinges on here for the trigger hands. I think part of the Tusk hand pack has where it's got fists and stuff like that. So that's worth a pickup. At least pick up one of those if you have any of the sentries, or are you trying to do any kind of like customs and stuff, because looking at this guy, he is primer gray. He is primed to be a custom. So let's see how far we got on the ab. It's pretty good ab crunch. I know some people had where it was like sticking, but I think that might have been on the scientist. But I think it's pretty good. Ooh, I can pop them apart. Yeah, was that from that? No. Okay, I can pull them apart later. Okay, I'm gonna pull you apart in a minute. Okay. Oh, his forward kick is kind of stopped by his belt here. Some. Can I get the belt to go up more while I'm doing stuff? Yeah, that's not much there. You're gonna have to like turn a little bit to get a little bit more play out of that, but that's not bad. He has a butt plate. Stops him from doing any kind of real butt action, but yeah. These cats are insane. Save me. 90 at the knee. That's not bad. Kick forward on the toe. Fair amount. Back. Fair amount. Ankle tilt is a go. Not bad. Yeah, of course we're going to do a video. Cat's going to run around like crazy. Of course, why not? Okay, let's refocus here. I don't know why it seems so dark today. Got my lights on. It's weird. Now, let's pull you off, because I wanted to see some stuff that people were pointing out with the dome. Come on. Oh, that's a good tight figure. Okay, get you back in there. Nice. Nice. Should I tell you what? I'll pop this on real quick. There we go. Cool alternate alien head. Awesome. Stand there. Okay, so this is the dome up close. And I've wanted to mess with this since they were like, oh, we got Cosmic coming out. Mine doesn't have any kind of like paint imperfections, but I saw some people have like scratches and stuff. But let's see if I can get this off without dicking it up. Maybe. Because it's supposed to come out. Yeah, okay. So it tabs. It tabs right here and right here. And it is a piece of plastic that has been painted all the way around. You could repaint this easy peasy if you want it to be something other than yellow. But again, he is primer gray. And they're... God, it's hard to get all that detail in there. That's a lot of detail. That's a lot of paint you could be doing to this. Super worth 25 bucks. Maybe even 35 bucks. Number 3. Whatever. And let's see here. So we do have a space helmet that should go on, like, has that clip in there or something? Is that, okay, let's see here. How are we going to get this space helmet in here? Space. The final frontier. I guess I would say it was on. I guess I'd say that's on. I think that's on. I think that's on, right? Does that look right? Comment below. Does this look right? Because I don't... I don't know. Like, it's really cool looking. Also, this bubble comes out. So let's see here. I've seen some people either get it from the bottom or the top. I have so many finger smudges. There we go. So it has a indentation on the top and on the outer edges, and you can see where it was clipped out of whatever mold it was in. A little burr there, and then another edge here. But I think he looks pretty cool. There's a lot of detail in there. Oh boy, this is, if I'm gonna repaint this thing, it's gonna be a day. I'm gonna devote a whole day just to be like, oh, painting. And I do want to repaint one of these. That wasn't so bad. Ugh, cat hair though. Okay, maybe if I can kind of squeeze it from the bottom. Don't squeeze it too hard. I don't want the crack. It's definitely stronger than let's say an egg, like a plastic Easter egg. It's definitely a stronger plastic than that, but it's in the same family of plastics, I imagine. So yeah, he looks good. I like it. Next, I want to pull him apart a little bit. Let me see if I can get this backpack thing off first. I've seen people take this off. Ugh. I hear some groaning, some plastic crying. There we go. So I pulled it off this way. That worked out better. Check out that alien back there. That's tight. It's a tight alien back. And that, okay, it is a different size port between this and these, it looks like. Let me try one of these pegs that came with it. Yeah, it's a Pauldrons are definitely bigger than the hole for weapons and stuff, so I know that now. That's a thing I know. Woo. What am I gonna do with that? I don't know. And can I saw where this comes, or these are not like replaceable, but like they're swappable. There's different ones for like the Sentry and other 1.0 figures, but like, it seems like it's gonna be a pain in my butt. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and do this. I'll be back. I'm gonna pull this whole guy apart, and we're gonna see just how he looks in pieces. Okay, we're gonna check that out. So, okay, so now we're into pieces. There's a few things I wanted to try here. Let me get my lights all adjusted because they are super high up here. I don't need them that high. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, that's why. Oh my goodness, I had this down to like, oh, no wonder it's dark. I never adjusted my lights back. Will I feel dumb? There we go. Nice and super blindingly bright. That's like my trademark. No. But, so I wanted to try some different stuff. The hardest thing I found to do with this, which I felt like was overtly hard, was removing this centerpiece. I had to grab, what did I end up using? I ended up using the end of a paintbrush to wedge in between it to pull it out because it was in there. And it's not like it's like a larger peg in a smaller hole. It's just there's nothing to grip onto, and it kind of causes like a suction, or at least that's what I'm feeling in my mind here, trying to do. It was hard to get out, so I had to use that to like wedge in between it. So, I mean, like the paint is strong enough. I didn't mess that up. I mean, it was like just like a base primer paint, so it was fairly okay. So that's my one gripe with this, was taking out that chest piece, like Iron Man, yada yada yada. But some other things I wanted to check out. I took off the crotch piece to it because it kind of hinders that way. It's backwards compatible with like Mythic Legions, but the crotch piece that's on here has where it's a lot tougher to get into places because it has where, I don't know if it's just like the shape of it. Let's compare that real quick. Should be, oh wow, that was weird looking too. Let's see. I don't know if you could tell on there. It's just like a tad thicker, like just a hair thicker on there for that. Let's get in there close. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm awful at doing this, but it's just a tad thicker on there, so it's hard to wedge it into a Mythic Legion port. But it was also hard to pull it out of the Cosmic Legion port. You might just need to like heat that up some to pop it back in there, because that was me see if it pop back in all the way, because it was flush. It was. Can you hear that? I don't even think I can get it back in the way it was. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's in there flush now. That was. I'm not saying it was too tough, but it was tough. But in the end, that's actually good. You know, so stuff doesn't fall apart. But I can put it. Let's see if I put it in this one. Good. If I get the top edge in first, maybe it kind of. That's good enough for government work. Wonderful. I wanted to pop the one here and there. That one's a little bit easier. It's a softer plastic too on this as compared to that. So I also popped out his feet. I don't have any other feet to swap in him. Come here. Okay, so this is Mythic Legion from Reinforcement Wave. It's 1.0. I was like, it should fit right in there, but it don't exactly go in flush for going in there as compared to his feet, because his ankle peg is thinner and doesn't have that rough edge there, so it kind of tapers in. So he has that going for him. So his feet should go in easy and work perfect in Mythic Legion. So it might be that's the wrong foot. Whatever. But it's easier to go in there. So there's that. There's another Mythic difference. Where's your foot? There's your foot. Oh, well, I'm here. The detail on the foot is really amazing. The sculpt work on there, that's pretty astounding. It has a hex peg. Hex 6 hex, yeah. Hex peg in there. So you can use it on a stand still, but you could also probably put in like a booster effect to have where it looks like he's like flying, rocket boots, all that sci-fi jazz. But I wanted to throw this on here. That looks kind of neat. And put your foot back on. And put your holster on there. He has his special butt plate, but you don't see that on here. He doesn't have a hole for a butt plate, so you don't see it on there. But hey, that's the way that goes. But I mean, you could definitely get a Doom custom out of here with a skeleton. Let's see here. I wanted to take this and check out how this fits in here. Okay, this is definitely one of those situations where you need to heat up the hole to try to get that in there. I mean, it's the right size hole. It's just, it definitely hasn't had anything in it, so could be that funness there. I mean, that's pretty okay for what it is. This probably ain't gonna work at all because I want to see that backpack. I don't think that's gonna match up at all onto him. It wouldn't make sense, honestly, now that I think about it. Let's pop your head off. Pop your neck armor off. And we get, yeah, that's not gonna happen. It may have the same like mold for the peg and stuff like that, but it's not going onto there. I think that was already went over anyway. I probably forgot about it because I'm a big lame nerd. Oh, squeaky squeak. Is there anything else I want to try here? Let's see. Oh, I took his arms and I popped out the hands, just straight pulled out. Let's see here. That's a horizontal. Let's see how easy that goes in there and how well that holds. That is a really good hold there. Yeah, it's not wiggly at all in the arm peg or hand peg. So pluses. All in all, so far, I am really loving this figure. Would I pay $45 for an unpainted blank though? Probably not. I will definitely be holding out for a convention to pick up more of these. Because I mean, I do want more, but I have like a couple ordered in a slightly larger order that's coming from Four Horsemen, and I had to pick up Slog through Big Bad Toy Store because I'm a bum, and at the time I was, ooh, I dropped it. I was definitely a super bum and did not get the all in. I do wish I did get the all in though. It definitely is the value for it. I think overall, from how much the prices have increased to the retailer price, it was definitely a better bet to get the all in. Oh yeah, look, it's crossbow. You can hold it. I like it. I like it. This is good. Um, I should have got the all in. I'm kind of regretting it, but it is what it is. I'll be going to Legions Con this year, so if there's any I want to pick up, more than likely they will have Cosmic there, but you know, no guarantees. But more than likely he'll be there. So okay, so I popped and swapped and popped and swapped and popped and swapped some more. In reality, I really just put some bone upper arms and upper legs on him and swapped out a neck peg and stuff. So let's take a look at the neck peg situation here. Okay, if I could just unlock the focus. There we go. So it has where it's just a hair taller. Obviously, it's narrower. Obviously, my cats suck every time. But, yeah, so it's just a little bit different. But let's see how heads work on here. So this is a Magnus, you know, everyone's favorite, on a regular standard human neck peg. Get in there. It looks great. Doesn't stick out too far. Wonderful. Let's see how a bearded head looks. Okay. Well, at least with this neck peg, it seems like it's working all right. Even with the beard, it has where like it's straight forward. It's not like it's like leaned up or anything. The Sentry neck peg seems like it's halfway decent. No, that's not happening. Let's see. Bromden head. Bromden head looks good. Okay. Meow. No, okay, that's that one. That one's not really. I mean, like it can kind of get on there, and it kind of looks. It's kind of clashing, but kind of neat. You know, I think Space Orcs work. I had where I popped and swapped some like normal like human bits, like just some like bear stuff, but you can really see how different the sculpt is and how they've improved because with here we go. 3, 2, 1, pull. There we go. With the human bits, how much the sculpt has changed because like the new sculpt has where it'll sit almost straight, but the older pieces will have like that kind of like poke out like that, and that's just from like how this is sculpted to jut out a little bit more to kind of offset it. Maybe in the next wave of Mythic Legions, we're not gonna do this and knock over all my lights. Maybe in the next wave of like Mythic Legions, if they do, if they keep up with, you know, faction versus faction, and it happens to be Noble Bear versus Red Star, maybe it'll have where they do new human parts that have where they have a little bit more range of motion in the sculpt, just a little bit, possibly because like comparing the biceps and bicep size on these, this has where it's still very defined, even though it's a spacesuit, still very defined, but has where it's smaller proportions, and it has where it builds up that kind of range there. So I'm okay with a smaller, jacked muscle if I get a little bit more range out of it. So we'll see what happens with that. Is there any other crazy heads that I wanted to try? Okay, let's see here. No, they ain't gonna work with that on there. If I took this off, I could get this on there, but that ain't happening. I wanna keep with the space aesthetic there. Ah, here's the best one. There you go, decapitated space guy, best one ever. But overall, with this figure, I've had a day to play with it, think on it, mess with it. I love the new cosmic sculpt. I love the range of motion. I love the joints. I love it's just the right kind of, not wobbly that I like. Um, I'm excited for everything that's coming. But if it's a Legion builder they put out during the pre-order, I would definitely say buy it then. Buy it for 25 or wherever lower cost it is. I wouldn't pay 45 bucks for another one of these because I already have like two of these or three of these. I can't remember my order exactly. Um, Coming in, if you see it at a show like RetroCon, Legions Con, Galaxy Con, any of the cons that are coming up after after they're all released. I mean, there'll be retailers at those cons. There'll be private owners at those cons. People just flipping their stuff too. If you see it at a con for less than 45, get it. Totally. Like if you can get them for 40, any which way you can, worth it. 45, pushing it. Uh, all the new name characters coming out, great deal. Extra accessories, more paint, wonderful. This is good if you're going to be customizing or if you really like gray. So, this has been Billy Beige. More cosmics to come. Not all of them, but most of them. See you next time. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get to 600 because thanks, guys. You've been pumping up those numbers. You're the best.